Welcome to Football Fans in Finance. I'm your host, Link Atkinson, and we have been off for quite a long time, 2 weeks exactly, and quite a lot has happened in the world of football, primarily in the Premier League. Kevin is definitely happy because Lampard is out and Thomas Tuchel is in. The fortunes have changed for Arsenal. They were fighting off relegation and now they're aiming for top 6 and possibly top 4. Man United was on top of the table but faltered a bit, but they're still in a title chase. As Lane has said, time and place is very key in life and in football. You know, if you asked him at the start of the season, would he be happy drawing 0-0 with defending champions Liverpool? He would definitely grab that chance, but he was left disappointed with a draw at Anfield, and more so that rock bottom Sheffield United stole 3 points against Man United. January transfer window is shut. There have been many ins and outs of our favourite clubs. Arsenal got a promising number 10. Not much news from Chelsea or Man United. And Liverpool got a defender, Ben Davies, for on the cheap, £1.4 million. All this will be discussed today. And we welcome Danny from his injury. He's back in the starting squad.
Yeah.
Danny, good to have you back.
Well, it's good to be back.
Let's start off with you. You have a new number 10.
Yeah.
Your team playing good football, and things looking very positive for you.
So which side do you want? You want the logical side or you want the Arsenal side?
Well, we want Danny's side. Let's go with Danny's side. What were you used to?
All right. So as I said, things are looking up for Arsenal. The last couple of games they've been pretty decent in the league. I don't think we've lost a game over the last 6 games, I think. Mm-hmm. So they're out at the bottom half of the table, and they're looking up. So I can't really complain about that.
Championship winning form.
Yeah.
No, it's not foolish.
Only Man City have better form right now.
From those 6 games, yeah.
Yeah.
Only Man City.
Facts.
Is it 6 or 7 games? I think 5 win, 2 draws.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's stop it,
If we measure the last 6 games, they're top the league? No, they're second.
No, they're second behind Man City.
Okay, but we're actually 9th or 10th now. So we're not at the top or anywhere near the top, to be honest. But as I was saying at the beginning of the season, and I remember I think at the first or second episode, I was saying that if you look at Arsenal's business in the transfer window, what I was extremely disappointed about was that we did not get a creative midfielder. We did not get a number 10. And that's what actually punished the club throughout the first half of the season. And, I think everybody is ecstatic about Evan Smith-Rowe and saying, boy, he's a good talent. And yes, he's a good talent. But I'm not overly optimistic about Smith-Rowe, to be honest. He's a decent player, but I don't see him as a world beater just yet.
Get him off the show.
Right? But what I would say is that, and I would say, it's a clear difference you see when you have a number 10 playing in a number 10 position. That's the difference, Mm-hmm. So it's not that, and I'm not taking anything away from Evan Smith-Rowe. He's a talented young footballer, and I think he has a promising future. And if he continues along this path, he will have a very good future. But the turn in Arsenal's fortune is not because Evan Smith-Rowe is so great. It's just that you have a number 10 playing in a number 10 position. Because if you look for the entire season, we've been playing without a creative midfielder. So while Arsenal have for the past couple of years, Arsenal's defense has always been.
They have Joey looking there.
My youth.
And William
William
was there.
William can play number 10.
William,
Me and which fans? Me and which fans?
Lacazette was there in the number 10 role as well.
Lacazette.
Yeah.
William.
Ellen was there as well too.
Pirlo.
Yeah, Pyramid Pirlo was in the 10 as well. So, as I said at the beginning of the season, I think Arsenal and there are conflicting stories about the whole Mesut Ozil situation. But the fact of the matter, we're punished for it. So you're punished because you had a number 10 who in his prime was one of the greatest in the world in that role in the club for the past year or so. has not played one single game. And you have Joe Willock playing in the number 10 and the starting and losing. Because, you know, for the past couple of years, I was saying Arsenal's defense has always been brought into question. But if you look at it, our defense has actually not failed. Arsenal's defense, I think only Man City has conceded less goals than Arsenal this season, despite where we are in the league. Arsenal is 10th in the league now, and we have the second best defensive record. So what does that say about our attack? You understand? You have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has been in the top in the goals for the past 2 seasons since his arrival in the Premier League, and I don't think he's on 5 league goals as yet at halfway through the season.
He has been struggling.
So, we've been struggling to create chances, and we're struggling to score goals. And then when the pressure, and you can look at quite a few matches. I don't want to go back to it. You look at the Leicester game. You look at the Crystal Palace game. It's quite a few games where we're different. Even the Burnley game, and then we're susceptible, and boom, 1 goal, and we lost 1-0. You understand? So I think Arteta was. So I would say Arteta is a little bit stubborn, but you know, if you listen to the opposing sides of the stories, you hear that okay, his hands are a little bit tied with Ozil's situation. So I can't really comment on that. But what I will say is that the club, as an organisation, Arsenal really blundered there. Not getting a number 10 and then you have a number 10 that you're not using, because I know Smith Rowe was injured, and when he came back fit and he started seeing the Europa League and then transition into the league, you saw there was a clear difference in even how Arsenal is approaching the games, right? So even take away the Chelsea game out of it, because if you look at the Chelsea game, say yeah, Arsenal won the game and you know Chelsea made a few errors there, but Arsenal's performance was decent. I wouldn't say it was great, but look at the performances after that you can say okay, this guy understands the role, he understands what he's doing, and he's bringing attacking players into the game. And this guy being Emile Smith Rowe, right? So it just shows that that's what we're missing for the entire season, that creative person, you know. And then you're missing Thomas Partey in that deeper role in the midfield, right? And you know he contributes a lot on both sides of the ball. So you're missing him at the early part of the season through injury, and then I think Arteta have significantly made a big blunder for the North London derby when he brought him back. You declare the guy fit the night before the game, and you start him the next day. And by halftime, he was off and out for a few more games, right? So I know he was under pressure, and you know, winning North London derby would have been a good thing to kind of get the fans behind the back and ease the pressure. But I mean, he would have mounted it on himself even further, because you were without him for quite a few more games, and the side continued to struggle, right? Until you had Aubameyang who looked completely out of sorts. You understand? It was very uncharacteristic of him in terms of how he's played. And you can see that he was really frustrated. He was genuinely frustrated with what's happening. And you say, okay, fine. Move past that to get a number 10. Side is now ticking around. Transfer window.
Lacazette affair do it, you know?
Yeah, by himself.
So you know what it got.
I don't hear them praise
From start to
Lacazette.
finish,
Oh,
you know,
no,
from
no.
the start of the season till now.
Yeah.
On him back.
Yeah. Yeah. And them the fans don't big him up on now, you know?
Yeah, so big up Lacazette.
Finally.
Okay.
Right?
We have to ask for it.
Yeah, fine. So big up Lacazette. But the transfer window, I know a lot of persons weren't, a lot of Arsenal fans, I spoke to a few Arsenal fans, and you know they're saying they expected more from the club. And I think they did. I think they did pretty decent business in transfer window. If you look at it, you know, they got rid of excess weight. You understand? Socrates is out. You finally got an end to the Mesut Ozil saga. Mustafi is out. Finally, Mustafi is out.
When if I'm find about the farm, the World Cup winning farm.
Let's hope.
Arsenal, they are willing back. You know?
Yeah, there you go. You know? Yeah, fun fact,
It was
right?
linked to Liverpool, you know.
Fun fact. No, at Liverpool
Go down,
chose
go
Ben
win.
Davies. At Liverpool chose Ben Davies from which club he play?
Preston.
Preston. And I'm saying, no.
To be fair, right? Ben Davies probably not really make the money.
Yeah.
One. So you bring him in for 2 million and then them take another ball on loan.
Yeah.
So the money we're not playing Mustafi, you know, is probably equivalent to the 2 ball.
We sure.
You're probably right.
So-
You're probably right. Right? So what they frame the wage bill a little bit. And I think what it shows is that, and if the club is serious about the business of football, right? Going into the transfer window for summer, because I'm more looking to see what they're going to do at the end of the season, not actually what they're going to end the season.
Okay.
And so you say send out a couple ballers on loan, you send out Maitland-Niles, you send out Joel Willock. I hope he never returns.
Bro, like, I go down and Newcastle, go tear it apart.
Tear it
now.
apart.
You want to
Steve-
tear the club apart
Steve
right now.
Bruce, Steve Bruce, I know for you.
Right now in championship. That's where it belongs. Right? But fun and joke aside, what I'll say is that I think they got rid of a lot of players that they need to get rid of from in the summer. Right? So you kind of free up your wage bill a little bit and they put yourself in a better position now to move forward. They got in a number 10, Martin Odegaard. That's a talented young footballer again. I'm interested to see what he'll do. And I think competing on both fronts in the Europa League and the league, I think that I think that additional depth is needed. So like I said, overall, if you look at who's there now, is who we're going to use for the rest of the season. I mean, injury permitting and everything. I think if Arteta continues to manage the squad in the manner he has been for the last 6 games, I think they should end the season relatively strongly. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to finish because this has been a tricky whole season thus far, right? So you never know what can happen. But what I will say is that you're not actually playing players in their positions, and you set up a formation that is built to not only defend but also to attack. Because at the end of the day, you can't lose if you don't concede, but you can't win if you don't score.